Hey everyone, it is Havel High here bringing another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. We are on Global and we're going to be doing another edition of Best Teams on Global. It is March 2018. I'm glad I'm actually recording this at a reasonable time. Last time I think I did it pretty late in February. But we're doing this early March and like normally I normally do the top 5 teams. Last month I actually did 7 because of the changes going on in global and all the different teams that were happening. I'm actually going to do the top 6 this time because the bottom 2 I had a really tough time figuring out who would be the top 5. So it was kind of like 5A, 5B. And if you guys know, in JP, the current meta is category leads. They've been category leads for a while. Not all category leads have dropped on global yet. So the bottom 2 are actually Neoga leads still, Neoga teams. And we're going to actually start this video off by kicking off with the number 6 team. And remember, 6 and 5 are really close to each other. Number 6 is the Super Strength Neoga team, 120. Super Strength plus 3 to key, HP and attack defense 120%. Extreme types plus 1 key, HP attack defense 50%. We have the leader here in Super Saiyan 4 Goku, one of the best units, almost a year old, but still one of the hardest hitting units in the game. 150% flat rate increase to his super attack with a 30% increase in his when he does super attack passive. This team in itself is a very good all-around team. It hits very hard and it has great defensive boosts. So starting off with the first unit after the leader, and that's LR Vegeta Blue. LR Vegeta Blue, a lot of people had some issues with this unit. This unit was like, oh, this is going to be good, going to be bad. I think this unit is fantastic. It is a free-to-play unit, guys. Free-to-play unit, free-to-play LR, and he wrecks. He hits really hard, and he tanks like a champ. So 80% boost on attack and defense, but remember, it's 80% boost off of attack and defense on LR stats. And with the super attack, he has the Kaioken mechanic to continue to increase over and over and over his attack, so he can, just as the fight goes on, hits harder and harder. Along with that, you have the OG Rainbow lead in Super Gogeta. He is effective against all types, and when you rainbow him, he hits extremely hard and is still viable today. But this team really captures this spot because, and especially it's on global, it's the global exclusive Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta / Bulma. This card here makes this team viable and part of the meta. And that because he provides 100% to attack and defense, and he counters, guys. He counters. He is the one of the only few that counters. That's not a Vegito. With counters with tremendous power. So he also has a dynamic where he goes into a rage mode if your HP goes under 30%. So all in all, fantastic on there. If you even need more defense, you got Ultimate Gohan on here. Pumping up 50% bonus to defense across the board to the allies there, and still hits pretty hard with his flat rate boost of 120%, right? I'm trying to think if it's 120%. Let me double check here. 120%. And then he provides also a medium chance to guard all attacks. So defensive unit, fantastic on there, and also hits pretty hard. And then you have Super Saiyan Kaba as the strength support unit. Once again, all around fantastic card. If you don't have those top 6 units on there, or the top 5 going along with Goku, you can use GT Trunks, you can use GT Super Saiyan 3 Goku, you can even use Pikkon on there. So coming in the number 6 spot, Super Strength. So who is actually the best Neoga team in my opinion? And that's coming in at number 5. Number 5 spot is Physical, Super Physical, with the leader of Super Saiyan 3, Go Tanks, Fizz Tanks, Neo Tanks, whatever you call them. Super Physical type key plus 3 HP attack defense 120%, and extreme types plus 1 with HP attack defense 50% to extreme types on physical. You have one of the hardest hitting teams out there, just killing it. If you're running Super Fizz, you're just wrecking through everything. And in Dokkan Battle, it's really about attack. right? Defense and HP, and it helps you in some stages, but attack, it's where it's at. And the leader of this team is the hardest hitting TUR pretty much kind of in the game. Now there is debate because of the counter ability of Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta on strength there, but in my opinion, flat one hit Super Saiyan 3 Fizz Tanks, Neo Tanks is the hardest hitting percentage wise, because he has a 120% flat rate, but he has an additional 60% to attack, equaling 180% for 7 turns. Yes, he gets debuffed on his defense, minus 30%, but hey, it's only defense, no problem. We can handle that. But his attack 180% is bonkers, right? It's just crazy. So along with that, you have a summonable LR in Super Saiyan Trunks. Super Saiyan Trunks is one of the hardest hitting LRs in the game. Every LR actually hits really hard. 120% flat rate to attack increase, and then he also has a 50% chance to crit. So he has an internal crit dynamic. Incredible, awesome unit. Then on this team, if those two units aren't good enough, you have 2 Vegetos running on one team. That's pretty amazing. You have Vegeta Blue, physical Vegeta Blue, and then you have physical Super Vegeta. Both 50% damage mitigation, so that's great. And they both counter. And Vegeta Blue does 3 additional attacks. Sometimes 4, sometimes 5. I don't know. He seems like he just does like 100 attacks in one round there. So those 2 units are just killers. They just rock and roll. And yes, maybe if someone super attacks them, they don't do very well. But guess what? You have the next unit, Seal Tanks, sealing up the super attack, and then you're just countering left and right, and you're just wrecking whoever you're fighting against. So he's a staple on physical teams. His Seal Tanks been around for a long time, still rock and rolls on any physical team here. And then of course you have Mystic Gohan in the Kai outfit, the Z Sword. Gohan as the physical support, the 40% support lead on there. So he's kind of a must-have if you're running the meta, if you're running the ideal team. So that's the ideal team. You have also one of the reasons why this is better than the strength. You actually have a lot of great options as substitutions. You have a hard-hitting Dokkan Awakened Trunks there, Super Saiyan Trunks. You have the new Kefla. That's still a great card here. When she Dokkan Awakens, who knows? This team might even crack the top 3. Then if you don't have the Mystic Gohan, you can use the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan as a support unit. So a viable and great resource and substitution there. And then still you have Whirus. Whirus is a great unit as a double orb changer, the only double orb changer in the game, I believe. So great team coming in at number 5, rounding out the top 5, and also rounding off the 120 leads and the Neoga leads. Super strength, super physical. Now let's go into the top 4. The top 4 are going to be the category leads, and it's very hard. All 4 of these teams are very, very close to each other. If you're running any 4 of these, you're wrecking everything, right? So this is the meta of the metas. But it was very difficult for me to kind of say, okay, where do I rank these? How do I justify each one of them? So my number 4 is controversial because of how I'm thinking, because my number 1 is kind of maybe counteracting my number 4 here, because I could easily put number 4 in at the number 2 spot, and that's going to be the Shadow Dragon Saga team. That is the Shadow Dragon Saga category, +3 to key, HP and attack defense 150%, or physical type units +3 to key, HP and attack defense 50%. This team's amazing, right? Destroys everything out there. And I did say this before, I didn't want to use the friend system as an issue, but it is an issue to run this team because no one really runs Omega Shenron, physical Omega Shenron, that much anymore. So very difficult to even play, and that's unfortunate. Hopefully they'll fix the friend system and this team is definitely more viable. But there's a couple of issues on this team as well, along with the issue of the friend system. this is very limited in what you can use. In reality, if you don't have all 6 of these units on top, the substitutions aren't very great. The bottom 3 there with Nova Shenron in the World Tournament, Vegeta there, and the free-to-play Super Saiyan 3 Goku. But the top 6, if you have all 6 of them, it's rocking, doing well, and you're running first and foremost with Physical Mega Shenron, fantastic unit, 20% attack with a 20% debuff to the enemy's attack and defense, which is fantastic on there. So increase on attack, debuffs, fantastic. Then you also have Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, still very underrated, 120% to attack and to defense, guys. Yes, attack and defense, so he tanks like a champ. One of the best overall units in the game. Then you have one of the best units in the game in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. One of the best, still to this day. Even in JP, still one of the best. So if you have this unit, this team is just amazing. One of the biggest downside to this team is you kind of have to use Sen Shenron, and Sen Shenron really isn't that great. Stats aren't really that great. His attack boost is only 80%. Yes, he runs Fierce Battle. It is beneficial with that 15% increase, but it's a low increase in that 80%. Yes, he debuffs 30% to enemies, but those stats aren't that great, and he really, if he's off rotation, it's going to take a while to get back into rotation. So it is a little bit of a weak point here with that Sen Shenron on there. But then you have a great unit in GT Trunks, and then you have GT Pan as a support. So all in all, fantastic team. That's why they're on the number 4 spot. Shadow Dragon, Saga, coming in at number 4. So let's go to number 3. Number 3, once again, another category lead, and that's going to be Hybrid Saiyans. And you're probably asking me, Hybrid Saiyans number 3, are you crazy? I know there's a lot of people thinking that this is going to be number 1 due to the fact there are 3 LRs on this team. Yes, you're correct, 3 summonable LRs on this team. I'm going to tell you some of the reasons why I think the Hybrid Saiyans are still kind of running in number 3. Hybrid Saiyans category lead, HP and defense 170%, and then the attack 130. Now, of course, I mentioned before, HP and defense, great. You're getting a really great boost. Attack is only 130, so it's only 10% more than a Neoga, but 20% less than a 150 lead. So it was very hard for me to put Shadow Dragons below, but you know, this team makes it up because of the 3 LRs on this team. You have Super Saiyan, or you have Mystic Gohan as the leader, Strength Gohan. Great unit, provides defensive boost 50%. We've already kind of talked about him on the Super Strength team. 120% attack increase, but he has key issues. And this team kind of has key issues unless you make sure you have all of these units on here, because Shocking Speed does benefit from having that on Trunks, LR Trunks, and Goten, which helps this team quite a bit. But when you actually play this team, there's some key issues sometimes. You don't really get sometimes a good rotation. And then, of course, the LRs, you're really wanting to get them to Ultra Attack, and you're not getting Ultra Attacks all the time, unless you're LR Gohan. Now, it's kind of going back to going through each unit here. Yes, LR Gohan is on this team. Still one of the best, if not the best, 90% LR in the game. Self-sufficient, no key issues there. He's probably gonna get Ultra Attack every single time, and he's a great unit on there. We already talked about Super Saiyan Trunks, crazy hard hitter, crit dynamic, 50% crit chance internally into it. Then you have the new LR here, and that's the LR Trunks and Goten. It's interesting. It's a very RNG LR. And that's the reason why, even though there's 3 LRs on this, there's some issues with Goten and Trunks. So, great unit, and if he RNGs correctly, you should be able to Ultra Attack, and he's going to hit really, really good. If he does his normal attack, he still hits good, but nowhere near his Ultra Attack on there. Once again, you do have one of the best units in the game, TUR units, and that is the Super Saiyan 3 Neo Tanks. Hits crazy hard, 180%. We already talked about that. Then you have one of the what I call the universal support unit here, and that is Super Saiyan Gohan. That's 35% to all allies boost on there, so great support unit. He's going to be your floating rotator all the time. It does very well. So the substitutes on this team, you have Seal Tanks, you have Spirit Sword Trunks, and then if you don't have Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, you can use GT Pan as another support unit on there. Once again, fantastic team. Slightly edges out Shadow Dragons just because you have these LRs that just hit really, really hard, and you also have a hard-hitting TUR slightly. And you can probably run this team a little bit more, even though a lot of people don't run Strength Gohan either. So it's so it kind of still falls in line as Omega Shenron and Strength Gohan. You kind of don't see both of them running around. Fix the friend system, Bandai. Fix the friend system. So coming in at number 3 is the newer category lead, and that is the Majin Buu Saga. Majin Buu Saga category plus 3 to key, HP and defense 170%, and attack 130%, just like the Hybrid Saiyan. I just like this team more. I've been playing with this team a little bit more on this, and they just run a little bit better. You have the new physical Super Vegeta as the leader. He's an amazing unit, provides a 50% damage mitigation for normal attacks, and he counters and increases if you hit him up to 100%. We already mentioned that before. Amazing character on here. We have the new LR Trunks and Goten. Yeah, they're RNG, but they link pretty well with the other LR here in LR Majin Vegeta. And LR Majin Vegeta, yes, even more key issues. But man, if you can actually get him to Ultra Attack, guess what? He's killing everybody. He's doing the AoE, and that's a great AoE option on this team. And with 130% increase on top of what he does, even if you just do a normal super attack, he just crushes people. So and remember, his 12 key does Mega Colossal. All right, so if you're fighting one unit, if you're doing a Dokkan battle event or things of that nature, LR Majin Vegeta hits crazy hard. Once again, Neo Tanks on the team, and you actually have yeah, a lot of people put him on the team or don't put him on him. You do have Ultimate Gohan on here. Yes, he provides some key issues. Then if you have some key issues, you can actually use a substitute. And this team has better substitutes than Hybrid Saiyans, in my opinion. So that's why this team is better, slightly better than Hybrid Saiyans. Because of the substitutions, you can actually add Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku, Seal Tanks you can add on there, and you still have a, you can actually run double support here with Vegito on the team as well. So base form Vegito, the tech one on there. Now, I didn't take this into consideration ranking this team number 2, but this team will be getting better in like a couple weeks, in like actually like a week or so. And that's because the Extreme Z Awakening for Super AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku will be coming out, and this is probably going to be a more AGL heavy team at that point in time. But man, he hits like a tank once you get him up to level 140 and his passive changes. So yeah, coming in number 2, once again slight edge between Shadow Dragons and Hybrids. But coming in at number 1 and still the reigning champion, it's still number 1, guys. I know people are gonna tell me no, Majin Buu is better, or even Hybrid Saiyans are better, but the fusion team. The key word is fusion. This team is just synergized to the point there's no key issues. There's never an issue with this. They super attack, and just wipe out everything. Anytime you can run Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 4 Gogetas on one team, you're killing it. So fusion category plus 3 to key, HP and attack and defense 150%, and tech type keys plus 3%, HP and attack and defense 50%. This team is amazing. This team just is amazing. And you might go, well, this is an old team. It's been around for a long time. Yes, because Global got this team way early got these units way early. Yeah, we had the whole to be released fiasco, but they are the best team on global. I like to run this. You don't have to run Weirus. I love running Weirus on this team just because just continually not having to deal with any key issues. And I still like him on this team. You can run the new Dokkan Awaken dance tanks, the strength go tanks there, or you can run Barlock, or you can even run LR Rosemasu on there, and you'll be fine. But just using the rotation of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Int Gogeta, which we always forget, Int Gogeta, another one of the best TURs in the game. He provides, you know, that effective against all types, right? He's still amazing, and that's not going to change anytime soon. Along with that, he has the 120% flat rate with effective of all types. Just, once again, we can't forget about Int Gogeta. Along with Int Gogeta, Neotanks is everywhere, right? Neotanks is like on every single team. So on the meta there, even Seal Tanks is on here. But when you run Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta with Int Gogeta and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta with Neotanks there, that's all you need. You're killing everybody, you're beating everybody, and the rotations are really good. Never have any key issues. Synergies are going well. Fierce Battle, 15% boost on there. Super Saiyan boost up on there. It's a lot of boosting, good links, good synergy, good everything. That's why they're number one. And here's once again, you have Fierce Battle, which is 15% increase, and you're 20% above the Majin Buu and Hybrid Saiyans, right? That's 35% more attack. So you have to tell me that the Hybrid Saiyans and the Majin Buu Saga category leads, are they 35% more powerful in attack? And I don't think so. I don't think so. And plus, you have those key issues and not getting the ultra attacks going on and stuff like that. If you didn't have the key issues and better links, those two teams will be better than Fusions. But at this point in time, Fusion is the best, and Fusion is just going to get better when the 3-year anniversary comes up in a few months. So Fusion's category, ranked number 1 on global still. So let's go ahead and recap. Coming in number 6, Super Strength. Fantastic team. Got that Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta Bulma. That makes the difference. You have Super Physical. 2 Vegetos on one team. Are you kidding me? Just killing it on there. Shadow Dragons, man, fix the friend system. This team will be run a lot more. But a great team here. Hybrid Saiyans, 3 LRs, 1 team. Pretty great. Majin Buu Saga, you got great synergy. You got LR Majin Vegeta, which is, you don't get to use him very much on there, but he's a champion, hits crazy hard there. And in the future, in a near future, the first Extreme Z Awakening is going to be fitting on this team right here. And then coming in at number 1, Fusion reigns supreme. Tell me what you guys think. Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time.